and welcome back to some more Genshin Impact. So, I am going to be continuing the Archon quest in this video, at least I assume I am. But first things first, this timed event right here, you can see that it only has 1 day and 3 hours left remaining before it expires. They actually only gave it like 5 days initially, or 5 to 6 days initially, when it was first introduced. So, I'm assuming it's going to be very short, but regardless, my intention is to at least start it in this video, and if possible, finish it. Otherwise, I'll move on to doing the Archon quest and then finishing this one off camera, but we'll see. On the streets of Fontaine's courtier, is that how you say that? Leonias, you and Paimon encounter a strange engineer. She is currently researching the profound subject of adversarial technology and urgently requires the help of adventurers. So let's go to the quest. I'm all the way in Mondstadt right now. Take a stroll in the Court of Fontaine's business district, so let's navigate all the way over there. I love the fact that they added this feature. It makes it easier to find quests. I wonder if this is going to be voiced.
Snap, printy,
It
printy,
is.
printy, stackity, stack, stack, stack. Whoa, those two are kind of big deals. Hey, you two, can I take your picture?
Oh, she recognizes us.
Huh? Does she mean us? Why does she want our picture?
She probably just wants a keepsake, but if it's for commercial use, we could charge her for it.
Guess we better get used to the celebrity treatment, huh? Can't blame the fans for wanting a photo of their heroes. But if this is for anything besides your own personal use, then we're legally allowed to charge you. Wait, what would they call it here? An appearance fee? Photo shoot fee?
Absolutely. It's just an honor to be able to photograph the Ace Adventurer duo. How does 1.5 million Mora sound?
Like a fair amount.
Sure, that sounds fine. Hold up, how much did you say again? 1.5 million? Did Paimon hear that right?
We already have millions of more right now.
That's a lot of Mora for just one photograph. Maybe a little too much. Are we really worth all that?
Snap away. Take as many photos as you like. This sounds too good to be true, yeah.
You guys are overreacting. This measly 1.5 mil is just the start. If you're interested in working with me as a photographer, you could potentially be taking home anywhere up to 9 figures. Snap some snaps and stack those stacks.
Huh.
9 figures? That's... wait. Every 1,000 is 3 figures, plus 1 for the 1, so 1 million, that's 7, plus 2 is 10 million, 100 million, 100 million?
Now you're just throwing numbers out. I have doubts about your sincerity.
Yeah, this all sounds too crazy even for Paimon to fall for it. What kind of racket are you running here? You planning on flashing a couple of famous faces to con innocent people?
Con innocent people? You took the words right out of my mouth.
Huh?
But you got it back to front. My goal here is to rid Teyvat of everyone out there who's trying to con innocent people. Help me out, and there'll be a big bonus in it for you.
Whoa, back up a little. Seems you skipped a couple of steps. How did you get from photography to crime fighting?
Yeah, this is getting really weird.
Well, it all has to do with an important problem in law enforcement that often gets overlooked. Target recognition. Common sense says that if Gardamex want to fight crime, the first thing they need to do is identify who's a criminal and who isn't. But what happens when a Gardamek mistakes an honest citizen for a criminal, or sees someone brandishing a weapon in public but fails to flag them as a potential threat? Then you've got a huge problem. Think of the poor fisherman whose fishing rod gets mistaken for a spear, or the crafty crook who carries around a metal pipe to club his victims with, but dismissed as a regular plumber.
Okay, fair enough. You're kinda making sense now.
Kinda.
Great. Okay, so let's say I disguise myself as a cat, or a dog, or a finch, or a pigeon, or maybe even a blubberbeast, because why the heck not? So I'm walking around the city streets like an escaped amusement park employee, and a Gardamek sees me. How do you think it would respond?
Sorry, how did we get to amusement parks? Disguise? Don't you mean the costume? I I don't know. Yeah, amusement parks.
That's cheating! A Gardemeck's not gonna do anything to some cute little critter. Also, what kind of blubber beast would even want to come to the city anyway?
Bingo! Right answer. Gardemecs are incapable of registering cats, dogs, finches, pigeons, and, of course, blubber beasts as potential targets. Their image recognition system actually ignores them completely.
Huh.
It is actually fairly logical if you think about it. Removing all the near-zero risk entities from the target database boosts performance in most situations. But here's a quote from a recent report in the Steambird. Several keen-eyed thieves who noticed a flaw in the Gardemec's detection systems disguised themselves as blubber beasts during the commission of their crimes. Completely blind to the would-be blubber beasts, the Gardemecs made no attempt to intervene in the thefts committed by the gang.
Those crafty crooks, so devious.
Wait, so this actually happened? And the Gardemecs really didn't catch them?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time believing it too, Paimon.
Okay, that's pretty gutsy, but also kinda horrifying. What if they get bored of petty theft and move on to something even worse? They could get away with anything.
Exactly!
Don't get any
And that's
ideas,
why we have to fight
Paimon.
these criminals in the domain of technology. It's turned into an ongoing tug-of-war between their disguises and our image recognition capabilities. And I, Lapine Pauline, specialist in graph adversarial technology, am determined to do my part towards a crime-free future for Fontaine. Currently, I'm in the process of collecting sample images. Once I have a large enough pool, I'll use that to develop a simple but powerful and highly accurate image recognition algorithm that runs on a small graphical processing module.
So she wants us to take pictures of birds, dogs, cats, and blubber beasts, amongst other things?
Any clockwork mecha installed with this module will instantly be able to recognize people wearing disguises and accurately assess the criminal threat they pose. And, if all goes to plan, the Palais Mermonia will jump at the chance to have these installed on every Gardemec in the city. It's the business opportunity of a lifetime.
And this all starts with you doing street photography. I think you might have some trouble getting enough samples.
Paimon's getting deja vu. Let me guess, you're a homebody researcher who prefers to stick to the city, limiting your potential sample size. And the reason you want to work with us is because we can go out into the wild and help you get all the other photos you need, right?
Uh-huh.
Wow! Right again! Down to the last detail. It sounds like the Ace Adventurer duo has seen it all before. What do you say? Join my project, become a graph adversarial technology specialist, and together we can expose every costume defender in Fontaine. Crucially, with your help, we can build a solid graph adversarial tech pipeline and take Fontaine's technology and law enforcement capabilities to the next level. Everybody wins!
This does sound like it's for a good cause. Forget
Maybe.
tomorrow. We can't stand by and do nothing. There are criminals out there giving blubber beasts a bad name, and that's something Paimon won't stand for!
Justice for blubber beasts. 9 bonus figure bonus. Here we come. I suppose I'll just say the blubber beasts.
Great! And just like that, welcome to the team. Okay, take this. It's an image recognition sample collector. It contains recording and analysis equipment that I designed myself, and comes complete with a user guide. I've already looked through lots of images from all over to determine the key features of the samples I'd like to collect. All you need to do is work your way through the guide, get the pictures, and bring them back to me. Simple.
Yeah, sure.
Let's get this show on the road, everyone. We must win the tug-of-war against evildoers and score some big-ticket orders from the Palais Mermonia.
During the event, use the image sampling camera to take pictures of the targets that Lapine Pauline points out to randomly obtain a special sample. You can take a total of 10 shots per day, and these will be reset the next day. Oh, maybe I should have started this back when it first started. You can exchange samples with your friends during this event. Oh, this is reminding me of one of those timed events that happened a long time ago. Yeah, I think I may have really messed up on this. Wait a second. Where does it tell me what to aim for? So I need to take pictures of purple things? Is that what it's saying that I should do? First of all, let's start by taking a picture of this Sakura bloom. Are you telling me this doesn't count as a purple object? Huh. Oh well. Violet crystal. It automatically takes the pictures whenever you get them in frame. Tourmaline. Oh, one of these things. Nope, never mind. I finally found some lavender melons. Took a while to do that. Oh, you can actually take multiple pictures of the same object? Yeah, it seems like it allows that. Weird. Well, since that's the case, I'm gonna take a picture of this too. I wish I had known that before. And once again. And Nakuweed. There we go. I can't believe I didn't see that before. I may as well pick it up right now. So, let's claim whatever we can very fast. Oh, I think I have to go turn them in, right? You're back. So, did you find anything? Yes, I did. Give her the samples. Excellent. Show me what you've got. Looks like the graph adversarial technology research is going to take another giant leap forward. I confirm. There we go. And I think that's all I can get for right now. So, now I need to return to the dormitories for the Archon quest. So let's go do that very fast.
You really are something. To be able to fall asleep like that and even sleep talk the entire time, you scared Paimon half to death!
Did I say anything I shouldn't have?
No, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of, Pyron, go take my grilled fish and put down the Adeptus Temptation now! Paimon talked with Sijwin the entire time you were asleep. She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and Paimon didn't notice anything unusual in the room. Are you sure we're not going off track with the infirmary?
Are we really off track, though? There are still a few weird things about the place. That movable hatch on the ground, as well as the question Sijwin asked Lord Veen. And also, were they really talking about their meds before we walked in? Oh, and was Lord Veen and Jurier's argument genuine, or were they just putting on a show? Paimon, hear me out.
Whoa, you really are super thorough. All those tiny little suspicious things that Paimon didn't even pick up on. We've got to get the info to Linny.
Over the next few days, you and Paimon work at your stations as normal. During your shifts, however, you manage to find opportunities to write keywords relating to your suspicions on a piece of paper. Huh. They managed to give us enough time for that. You manage to pass a slip to a busy Lynette as she happens to pass by. Her disguise is impeccable, and she does not even look at you or change her expression as she pockets the info. Cool. And finally, the promised 9th day arrives.
Today's the day! Let's go meet up with Linny!
Okay. A lot of silence here. Okay.
Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule. Nothing weird happened.
That's good. That means you didn't raise any suspicions when you infiltrated the infirmary. We've taken a look at the slip you've sent. Fremine successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago, and as of last night, Lynette has also infiltrated the infirmary after faking an illness.
Wait, why is she getting involved as well?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something you did in exchange for Fremine's help, you've already done more than enough. Infiltrating a guarded stronghold is a different kind of job from a one-off investigation. We want to avoid using the same faces over and over and reduce the amount of suspicion that will fall on any given person.
Makes sense.
Lynette also felt like you have already taken the first step for us, so she should be the one to finish the job.
So that's what Lynette thinks. Oh, Paimon hopes everything's going well for her.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to helping you.
Perhaps that's true. You are both very good people, and we've come to appreciate that more than anyone else. Unfortunately, there's still one thing that could get between us, lest you've forgotten. The matter of our respective loyalties. You've mentioned before that you've had some run-ins with the Fatui. I can understand that feeling, so I assume you're just helping us out of the kindness of your hearts?
Well, everyone could use some more friends. We'll be counting on you to help us in the future, too.
Since I see you as friends, then it's even more important for us to protect you from any peril. Fremine and Lynette feel the same way.
I get it now.
Glad to hear it. Then, let's go check on Lynette before Fremine returns. If everything went well, then she should be wrapping up her investigation right about now.
Is now really a good time to go over?
According to my observations, Sigewinne always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before lunch. Lynette knows this as well, so this should be a good time to meet up with her.
Oh yeah, we heard about that too.
Also, I'm her brother, remember? It's only natural for an older brother to care about his younger sister's well-being.
Okay, then let's head over right away.
Paimon and Aether's attitude towards Linny has changed a little bit, hasn't it?
Lynette should be here right now.
Oh, it's empty.
Strange. Lynette?
Is she investigating the hatch?
As expected, Sigewinne isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
Could she have found a lead and left to follow it?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. We agreed that if she were to make changes on the fly, she'd find a way to let me know. Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around here. We can look while we wait for her. Who knows? Maybe she'll be back soon.
Okay.
Okay. So, first things first, the bed.
None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in. Except that one over there.
That's the one Lynette must have used, right? You said she was pretending to be sick.
Please shout it a little bit louder,
her migraine
Paimon.
was having a particularly bad flare-up. Generally speaking, the head nurse would then ask her to lie down and rest, while she left to retrieve the medication.
But this bed is still unmade.
Which means either the head nurse didn't return the entire time from when Lynette laid down up until she left the bed, or the nurse intentionally left it this way.
Oh no, that's not a good sign. Right over here, some books.
There are some books here and a few files. They all look like medical records. Advanced nursing, how to raise the spirit of your patients, a quick guide to the psychology of emotions, and the meaning of laughter.
Oh, that last one is weird.
These sure are some interesting books. Who knew Sigewinne would be interested in these kinds of things? She even has books on understanding people's motivations and feelings. Is it because she's a Melusine? Or does she have a need to understand her patient's emotional state?
Seems quite normal to me. These are skills that would come in handy for a nurse from time to time.
And the last one is probably the hatch. Yep, it is.
Ah, this is it! We saw it before!
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been disguised that well.
Linny leans down to get close to the movable
The space behind
hatch.
it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. There's probably a mechanism around here somewhere. Could Lynette have tried to get inside? But if that's the case, she would have contacted me for sure. Let's look around here for some more clues. Don't panic, just take another look.
The look on Linny's face, he's definitely beginning to panic. Don't panic. He probably said that subconsciously more for himself than anything else.
Hey, you guys, there's a slip of paper over here!
A slip of paper?
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, Out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to pass on my message. You may consider this as me giving you my best regards.
This is...
Is that all?
Is there anything on the back?
The back. This is...
It was
Show
left
me.
by...
Now!
It was left by Lynette, wasn't it?
That look on your face. Paimon's reading it now. Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now?
Oh.
No. Could she have... Is she already...
Wriothesley. Did he deliberately leave the infirmary unguarded to use it as bait?
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why? We didn't run into any trouble last time, and he also never reached out to us since.
Why would he choose to act during our second infiltration attempt instead of the first?
Yes, that is a crucial question. Wriothesley, he doesn't do anything without a clear goal or reason. So this means he had no concerns about your activities from the very beginning. You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Wriothesley. We're a completely different story, though.
Why did he only go after Lynette? Or why didn't he go after you as well?
I'd like to know that, too. Why did he only go after her? Don't panic. Just think everything over. I have to stay calm. This is not like what happened last time. The situation's different now. Wait, you're right. Wait, but that means the fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds. Could Wriothesley have let him go as well?
A fair point.
But what does he gain by letting Fremine leave like that?
Huh, I get it now. He deliberately made them both disappear.
So he's challenging me and trying to provoke me, I'm sure of it. We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe, and we even thought luck was on our side. If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably in a terrible spot now as well.
Did Wriothesley also let Child leave on purpose then?
Lenny's getting more and more panicked. We have to calm him down.
Lenny, calm down.
Don't be like this, Lenny. Fremine wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Child. That was our fault.
No. I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for this team. I was the one who failed to protect them. I'll go talk to Wriothesley.
Hey, don't be reckless. Traveler, please talk some sense into him.
I don't know. Talking to Wriothesley seems like a good idea to me.
I simply cannot allow Lynette to be abducted again. I have to go. I'll find a way to get them back.
He's rushed out the door. After him.
Okay then. Sidgeween seems either a little bit surprised by what's going on, or... I don't know. Oh, she's smiling.
Right. I feel like we still have some room to make changes on these details.
It's not impossible, but it'll require extensive testing.
Is that so? Very well. Then please be mindful of the time.
Is someone?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we stop talking. Someone! Please help! He's sick!
Okay, so she knew from the start that they were eavesdropping.
Oh, are you okay?
These two. As expected, they've already found this place. Oh, they are quite sharp. What a delightful turn of events. I like smart people, but I also like playing dumb. I like the feeling of being trusted.
Oh, wow.
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you begin. Being able to read human expressions is quite the useful skill. Wait!
Okay.
It's no use. We have to catch up to him.
Alright. I wonder... Are we able to catch up to him?
He's already out of sight. How is he so fast?
Okay, so Risley's office is all the way down there. It's that one building that I entered a while back. So the question is Risley
Come out
here?
and face me, Risley!
Aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the Fortress's indoor management regulations?
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Oh, really?
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next second from another place altogether. Maybe she'll appear behind you right now if you were to turn your head.
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? No, he's probably not looking to attack me right now. All of the hostages are in his hands, and he's even in the mood for small talk. That means Lynette is probably still alive. You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start, so you deliberately aroused the Traveler's suspicions and baited us into continuing our investigation, just so that you'd be able to kidnap Lynette.
I don't know if saying all that's a good idea, Lenny.
As for Fremine, no, you probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape. You let him go, so you could purge the Fatui members that we had planted into your ranks.
Again, Lenny, you're giving away way too much information.
There was no need to do so. The Fortress of Meropide is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas. It was quite easy to identify your colleagues.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine has also fallen into your hands, right? If you're oh so omnipotent and so in control, why would you need hostages?
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
He's not. What do you really want?
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much for cooperating with me.
Where are Lynette and Fremine?
Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the Fortress's finest tea. Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the Fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor has he been taken into any kind of custody. So, where do you think he may be right now?
Wait, you can't mean you locked him outside in the sea?
Huh?
I closed the Fortress's gate to the outside world. That's all.
Fremine's a star diver, so he should be fine, right?
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he might have made a break for the surface.
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Linney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating. Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meropide, regardless of whether it was in a personal or a professional capacity. Well, you got your wish.
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before we even set foot in the fortress.
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I will be straight with you. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone, all of that changed. Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremine is still slowly being pickled out there in the brine. You know just as well as I that he cannot last out there forever. You need do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her over for a cup of tea with me.
I mean, that's not gonna happen, but...
You want to see Father? But why should she bother giving you an audience?
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for a parents' evening. I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family. I don't see why she would refuse.
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meropide? This place is basically a no man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a harbinger like Father to come here in person.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her. Both Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina have already received many samples as gifts.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't allow you to use us to blackmail her.
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fortress's secret? Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite your father here. If you refuse...
What's he gonna do?
Linny!
Why do you have to do this?
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? From the very beginning, the Fatui has been actively infiltrating my fortress.
Yeah, I can see why that would make you angry.
I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want to talk. Mr. Fremenet left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the responsibility for this falls on you.
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
6, 5,
Wait,
2, 1. Time's up. It really is a shame, Mr. Linney.
Risley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for my afternoon tea.
Please wait. Can we really not talk about this some more?
Yeah, listen to the Traveler. If you can't talk to Linny, can you at least talk to us?
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best to stay out of your way. But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own set of laws.
I want to say Fremenet and Lynette too.
Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two about what you found, I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly, and I'll agree to your request. Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
I can't believe he's asking about the hidden rules. If I recall correctly, if you keep working without any rest during lunch hour on the 3rd day, you'll find a portion of strange meat in your welfare meal. It's a good thing that we've already run a thorough investigation on this. Let's see if I can remember all the clues. I should be able to find an answer if I can piece everything together. Oh, if you break the hidden rule of the production zone, your welfare meal might contain some strange meat. So, let's see if you
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. But what could Sijuin be doing during that time?
Alright.
The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that only idiots who don't understand the value of coupons will spend them on Fonta. We often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. It seems like she can perceive the general state of a person's health just by looking at them. Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. But the product has to undergo a trial because even Fonta's own employees have a lot of reservations about it. The research notes said that the Melazine race perceives the world very differently from humans. As a result, the Melazines have also developed a sense of aesthetics that appears rather strange and alien to humans. According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it. The company must want a return on their investment as well.
Okay, so was it this one over here, or is this one?
We often see Miss Sijween observing.
Yeah, so it says at the top there, who will see it if you keep working continuously? It should be that one. Under what circumstances does the strange meat appear?
I've been told that the infirmary is always
It should be
empty.
this one right here. Why does the strange meat appear the way it does? Now that's a good question.
The research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from
It
humans.
should be this one right
As a
here.
result,
Is the aesthetics thing. Hypothesis correct. Cool. I got it in one
So
shot.
that's what's going on. Paimon understands it now. Who would have guessed? The hidden rule of the production zone.
Oh,
People are not supposed to work 3 days in a row, and if they do, they'll get strange meat in their welfare meal. At first, we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared, but in reality, they were all prepared by Sijween, the head nurse. She often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work. Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health, Sijween visits the cafeteria right before lunch and cooks an extra dish for those who can use the stamina boost. Sijween has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want anyone to find out about what she does.
however, it looks kind of gross, doesn't it?
Unfortunately, Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and their sense of aesthetics is even more alien to us. The recipients of her lovingly prepared special meals cannot taste the care within and usually just freak out.
Mm-hmm.
Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Sijween's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well. It's nice to know that her efforts have not gone unacknowledged.
I had a feeling it was her from the start.
All right, now for my next question. There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration Ring, including the one that you're not allowed to support both sides of a fight. Why is that?
The hidden rules of the Pancration Ring. I remember. If someone tries to support both boxers at the same time, they'll receive a package the next morning, which contains a strange blood-colored liquid. We've also done a lot of research on this matter. Let me sift through what I found and come up with the correct answer. If you violate the hidden rules of the Pancration Ring, you will receive a bag containing a strange blood-colored fluid. So at the top there it says, who sent the package containing a strange blood-colored fluid? That's what we need to find out first.
I've been told that the
Yeah, it's probably this, right? But I'll check the other options just in case.
Fonta promoter has been.
I'm gonna guess this option here. It could be wrong though. I'm not sure on this one. Why does the strange blood-colored fluid look the way it does?
Unnamed
You know,
and
it may have been
unpackaged
this
product.
option.
But the product has to undergo a trial because even Fonta's own employees have a lot of reservations about it.
Darn, it was probably this option. I could select it for this slot as well, and then change the first option, which is who sent the package containing the strange blood-colored fluid. Okay, so it's
The
probably
Fonta
this
promoter
one
has
right
been
here.
struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value.
So
of
I'm going to select that. And why do only those who buy tickets support both fighters receive the package?
According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took.
It's probably this one right here. Oh, those two are the opposite then.
According to Collins,
So that, and then
the
this
Fonta
one right
promoter
here,
has been.
like that.
Paimon gets this rule too now, so there really was nothing to be afraid of.
I mean, I had a feeling from the start that it had to do something with the Fonta. You know, like, that's what that was. It was Fonta, but I
That
wasn't sure.
hidden rule of the Pancration Ring is about how, people are not supposed to bet on both boxers at the same time. And if they do, they'll receive a package containing a strange blood-colored liquid. People get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing boxer. But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named and packaged new Fanta trial product. A blood-red drink. It's no wonder even Fanta's own staff were questioning the company's decision-making. The company, facing backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product on a smaller scale, to see how it might be received by customers. They came to the Fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancration tournament so they could push their new product. But the Duke completely refused to even entertain the idea. The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying a Fanta product here. And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on two opposing sides of the same match were selected to receive the drinks.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth of this mystery to light. Although, based on your description, that Fanta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company. All right, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Now that is a very good question. We haven't collected enough info to answer that question.
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of sparing Lynette and Fremine never even crossed your mind!
Linny.
You'll pay for this!
What?
Ah!
What just happened?
Lenny, are you alright?
He got hit by something. Oh, it was probably,
Oh, close one.
Sidgeween, yeah.
I owe you, Sigeween. That was a fantastic shot.
It was nothing, Your Grace. Sigeween? Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional, as I just demonstrated.
Sigeween... You...
Are you his accomplice in all this? Obviously.
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is my duty.
Oh. Okay.
When Monsieur Nervulette asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of everyone here. I am merely discharging my duties. But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like the rest of us?
If you're close with Neuvillette, or, yeah, why not learn a thing or two about virtue from him?
But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervulette told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. Had I not, they would be in far more dire straits right now. His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace? Mind proving my innocence to them?
My dear Sigeween, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or two?
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. I figured I should try to talk some sense into you. What are you talking about? What time?
Take me if you want. But let them go.
Obviously, Lynette isn't in any danger, so...
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. 2 more visitors will be arriving any time now.
Fremine and Lynette.
I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sigeween, I leave Miss Lynette in your care.
You... What are you doing?
I believe I hear footsteps.
The door suddenly slams open. A familiar figure bursts into the room. Oh,
Some space, please.
it's Clarinde. Farina is here as well, right?
Ah, Miss Clarinde. My door.
Fremine... Fremine...
Oh, it's not Farina, it's Fremine.
What's going on? What is Clarinde doing here?
Work.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linney. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off soon. Please take it easy in the meantime, though.
What happened to Fremine? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like this?
These symptoms, it can't be. It can't be what?
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial seawater.
If he consumed it, shouldn't he be completely dead right now? Unless he's not from Fontaine.
What did you say?
Oh, wait. He's a Fatui. Of course he's not from Fontaine. He's from, Snezhnaya.
Please, make some space. I'll need to give Mr. Fremine a more thorough checkup. Your Grace, I'll leave the rest to you.
Oh, wait, is the Forbidden Zone where the primordial seawater is, then?
I'll talk to Clorand while you get Fremine to where he needs to be. Everything else can wait.
Well, that would explain the supposed mystery, wouldn't it?
What's that look on your face? I thought I made good time on the way back.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sigewinne may have been forced to shoot Mr. Linney again. How's the situation out there?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. The concentration of primordial seawater has increased significantly. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time, well, you can see how that boy's doing.
So, whatever Child is doing is related to the primordial seawater. Either he's causing it to increase, or he's trying to stop it from increasing, one or the other. And I know that Linney and Lynette are supposedly here in Fontaine to stop this from happening. At least that's what they claimed. So, to stop the primordial seawater from doing all the damage that it's supposedly going to do. So, yeah.
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to swim back.
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved two.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons. Never seems to work, though.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
It's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette. Want some tea?
Not particularly. If you want to drink some that badly, just say so.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me
Wow.
to get you a cup too, since I've already made it?
He's obsessed with tea.
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you have a towel? I would like to dry my hair.
Hey, now we need to talk to these three. Linney's expression looks disgusted. It seems like he'd rather not have Sigewinne touch Fremine. Still, he didn't stop her, since it's obvious that Fremine does require urgent medical care. Sigewinne's examining Fremine carefully. She doesn't look too upset, which is a good sign. I hope Fremine will be okay.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial seawater. Still, his condition is not critical. Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Let's leave him here for now, and move him to the infirmary once he's recovered a bit more. Sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may not be your favorite place in the world at the moment. We do only have a single clinic in the fortress, however.
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after leaving the fortress? How could that possibly happen?
Please, look after Mr. Fremine for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator. Oh, I'll bring Miss Lynette back with me.
Where is she? How is she right now?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct, she should also be waking up right around now. You might not believe me, but His Grace and I actually made some snacks and tea for her.
Which she's probably not in the mood to eat right now or drink. Linney has finally begun to stop tensing the muscles on his face. It seems that he trusts what Sigewinne just said.
Linny, are you okay?
I'll be fine. They're all here now. Don't worry about me.
Are you sure? You don't look alright.
My hands and feet are still a bit weak, but that's probably just the residual effects of the tranquilizer shot.
I'm back, everyone.
Oh, there she is.
Lenny! Oh, Traveler, Paimon,
you're here too.
She recovered fairly fast from the tranquilizer. Then again, she probably had a lot more time to do so.
Freminet? Is he...
He'll be fine. But for now, please help me lift him up.
Lindy and Lynette immediately come to lift Freminet up. With her help, something happened.
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the infirmary.
Yeah, I'll take him from this side. Lynette, together?
On it. Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him. Want to come with us?
Very well.
The Duke and Clarande are gone.
Yeah, they left a while ago.
They probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit. Miss Clarande will need a break, since she only just returned from rescuing Freminet out of the sea.
Clarande saved Freminet from the sea. Just what happened there? Very good question indeed. So we need to go all the way back to the infirmary. But I think that I'm going to be stopping here. So thank you very much for watching. Next time I play, I'll be continuing the Archon quest. I don't know if there's going to be a new timed event by that point. But whatever is left on this timed event will probably be done off camera. I mean, I'll try, if they do include like another story cutscene, I'll try to record it, but, you know, we'll see how that works out. So, anyways, yeah, thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.